Good evening, Midlothian. Welcome to Cement City Chatter Podcast, live from the Opolka Palace. I'm John Opolka. Next to me is not Rob. It is Tiffany.
Hey, hey.
How's it going, Tiffany?
It's good. It's
and
real good.
Across the table, we have the infamous, semi-famous, in his own
More
head,
infamous than famous.
Tim, America's most wanted, Midlothian's most loved. Tim
I don't know about
Wilkins.
that, but I'm doing better than I deserve. I'll tell you what. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I tell you, so we're missing Rob tonight. Somebody said, "Shut up, Rob," and he took it too seriously, and he's not with us tonight. But he'll be back next week. Who we do have with us here tonight is a family that is moved to Midlothian a few years ago, and they have a couple beautiful children here, and one of them has a couple extra things that he has to deal with on a daily basis. And so we just kind of wanted to talk to them and kind of understand what they're dealing with, and also how, as a community, we can help them when we interface with people like them. We've got Brandon and Aaron.
Hold on, before you go too far.
Yeah.
Remember what I say on Monday was the first thing we needed to do.
Shut up, Rob.
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
That's every day.
All right.
So if y'all remember Monday, we had a
the
special
Tuesday.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
The day, not today. We had an urgent podcast where we talked about muds and cars.
Yes.
And we talked about no mudslinging Midlothian. It was
had
at
50.
Oh, well, let's go
What-
back to our notes real quick. It had
81.
60.
I thought it was an even number. I wrote it down for sure.
80
It had
members.
80 members. That's what I thought. And it's now at 116
All right.
Awesome.
in just a couple days.
That's 36. I know you're trying to do that math in your head.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, cool.
I did.
You know, if Rob was
You
there,
didn't
he
even
had
try.
already done.
No, I didn't care to do the math. I was just telling y'all. But I didn't want to distract from the actual message here. I just wanted to get that out first so we can make give full attention that's due to this family.
All right. Tim,
Yes.
continue, sir.
All right. Well, we've got Aaron and Brandon here. They've got, like I said, two beautiful children, Beckett and Kaiser. Kaiser, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Yeah. You look like you're dying to say something. You want to You want to say hi to everybody? No. Okay.
Oh, you
all
want
right.
to say hi.
No, I tell you what. Like you guys who are watching us. Not listening on Spotify, you can see the grin on his face. It is really enjoyable. I love it.
How old are you?
7.
You're 7, so you're the older brother, huh? All right. Are you taller too, or are you just older?
I think I'm like 2 feet taller.
2 feet taller.
bulletproof.
Yeah, all right.
2
Well,
feet. Wow.
maybe 2 of your feet, huh?
I
Maybe.
don't really know.
All right. Well, measurement is something you'll become more accustomed to later, but
He's a man. No, he won't.
all right. Here, like that's it. Shut up, Rob. Tiffany. Shut up, Tiffany. Okay. Well, Aaron, thank you for joining us. I know the way we originally, the show connected with you was you had an experience in the community that I think may have frustrated you some, and you went to social media, specifically our platform, Midlothian Talk, where we have roughly, 33,000 people in there.
I stopped counting at 30.
Yeah, me too. Roughly 33,000. And so you know that there's going to be some exposure, and you laid it out there that it was tough dealing with some of the things that you have to deal with, and that there was something particular that you wanted to ask of people. And what was that?
To come say hi to us.
Yeah.
We have gotten really mixed feedback and interactions in the community. And invisible disabilities in themselves are just such a overlooked community. And so I just thought sharing our experience and hopefully reaching some people to just understand that we don't know everything all the time. And we only see, a minuscule part of the situation. And so if you see us out and about, come say hi, ask questions. We'd be happy to talk, and we would love to meet people because Beckett's situation is probably one of the most unique that people may meet, at least in Midlothian.
Right, right. And so the thing that got my attention, you actually, laid out a fairly lengthy, description of what you deal with, what you'd like. And you posted a picture, and it was a picture of Beckett, but he was in a wheelchair. And, you said invisible disabilities. And I think people who have seen that picture, and I know that has gotten quite a few comments on it. It's gotten some response. And people in the community, I know when I've mentioned that you're going to be on the show, they're like, oh, yeah, I saw that post on Midlothian Talk. So, tell us what you mean when you say invisible disability, but maybe he's in a wheelchair sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So invisible disabilities, I think a lot of people, unless you live with or have a close family or friend or something that has an invisible disability, a lot of people don't really understand what that means. And so Beckett specifically has several challenges and disabilities. He has a very rare form of cerebral palsy called hypotonic cerebral palsy. And that actually only makes up 2.6% of cerebral palsy diagnoses. And so when we tell people, oh, Beckett has CP, at first, the initial reaction even before seeing the wheelchair is, no, he doesn't.
Well, he's back there right now. I think Brandon's camera might be picking him up, but he's back there dancing right now.
Well, and that's why, when we even first heard CP from his doctor, or I was just like, I'm sorry, what? Like, no, he doesn't. And so being explained to the different forms of specifically CP, and then, doing my own research into other forms of other disabilities, you don't realize how wide the spectrum is. When we talk about a spectrum, we usually only talk about autism. It's really the thing that you think about a spectrum. But with cerebral palsy, specifically his form, it is where they have low muscle tone. And so when you think about muscle tone, it's a really detailed process, but basically he gets really low on energy very fast. And so his doctors say that he uses 2 to 3 times the normal amount of energy as a normal person or as a neurotypical person.
Okay.
And so when he's out and about, his doctors wanted him to have a way to be independent and to live life to his fullest without having to go home or take naps all the time. And so that's where the wheelchair came into play.
Okay.
And like my post said, when we were out at opening day for baseball, and Beckett and Kaiser both play baseball and they love it. And Beckett came off the field and he was very tired, and so he sat down in his chair, and I wasn't frustrated. It was just really, I don't know if heartbreaking is the right word, but seeing people's reactions and knowing that he is going to start seeing them himself. He's going to start noticing them. He's going to start noticing the looks and the eye rolls and there were people that we know that, I walked up to talk to, and they literally wouldn't even look me in the eye, because even though they understand he has a disability, they don't understand how a child that can walk would still need a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole point of the post, was just, our whole message has always been grace. We've had children walk away from us or be pulled away from us really at Chick-fil-A when, Beckett is starting to have a meltdown, or, in Kroger when he's had to sit down in his chair. We have people that, give us the eye roll, or I've heard, several comments. And so it's just, it's even bigger than Beckett, and that's the whole reason we're here. In our community, we have so many children and adults that have disabilities, both visible and invisible. And, I think I said to you, Tim, earlier, it's something that we as adults tend to walk around, and it's a subconscious level of we think we know everything. And we think, that child's walking, there's nothing wrong with him. That person is in a wheelchair, they are disabled. And so we think that we understand the basic concepts of most things.
I think most people would agree that I think I know everything.
Right.
He does think that.
And when it comes down to it, there's so much more that we don't understand, especially in the world of invisible disabilities. And so the thing that I always just try to ask people is just to show grace. Even if that child that's melting down, whether they are autistic or not, your judgment and your reaction is visible. And the way that they feel and the way that you're making those parents feel, or, the caregiver or the person themselves, if they're an adult, it might be a fleeting moment for you, but for that person, it really sits and lingers and makes them, or can make them, I guess I should say, just question how people see them.
Yeah.
And so we love Midlothian, and we love this community. It's a great community. And so we're trying to spread the word of awareness for Beckett and everybody else like him, just to get the word out there that the community can really rally around and support the people in this community. And it's really easy to do.
Right. Well, we all love this community for sure. It's, despite the high salaries that we have here, we do this
High salaries.
because the.
We didn't tell you didn't get the memo.
Yeah, we all got a rate. We got triple what we were making last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but
My
no,
bank account doesn't show that.
3 times 0, right?
All right.
yeah, but no, we love this community as well, and we. I can't speak for everybody, but I know that we at this table, really want to make sure that people feel welcome in our community and, feel informed about things and, learning about people like Beckett and, people that deal with these invisible disabilities. And I'll be honest, right now, it seems real invisible. I'm just watching him dance. I'm watching him dance around like a regular old 5-year-old over there.
Don't worry, when we leave here, he will collapse.
Yeah. Well, and
So-
Get to the house.
and we're making special accommodations for you, as a result. We would typically just do this entire episode as a one take, but we're gonna let you say what you want to say, and he might want to start doing those Legos here in a minute, but
So
does-
just made it say Legos.
and
Does he go to a public school?
Yes.
Now, how is that going?
It's been good. It's been a challenge. When you deal with public school, they obviously see a wide spectrum of disabilities themselves. And so he has a great team. Both of the boys go to Mountain Peak, and the administration there and the teachers are just amazing. Actually, Beckett wasn't supposed to be in public school this year. When we found out about all of his diagnoses, he was planning on just being in Mother's Day out another year and then starting kindergarten when he was 6. But we heard such great things about the ECSE teacher there that we enrolled him a year early. But even there, the teachers and
can we give them a shout out? Who is that?
his teacher?
Yeah.
Allison Stelter. She's amazing.
All right.
She's great.
We love our teachers.
We
here in
love
Midlothian.
Allison,
We do.
yes.
Good job, Allison.
And
They have a thankless job.
oh, they do.
They really do.
Especially the SPED teachers. They deal with so much, and the SPED teachers, and he has several paras, Tiffany and Bailey and Mary, that just love him. But it's not without its hiccups. Even at school, his teachers have even said, we don't see it, and we don't see what you see. And so it's that constant struggle of, we're glad that he's able to behaviorally handle school, and that he enjoys it and feels comfortable.
And Brandon, you had said specifically that you didn't want to be the one holding him back from anything. You just
Right.
let him find his own limits.
Yep.
Yeah, it especially when it came to like the baseball, right? Because at the end of the day, we know he has disabilities. We know he's going to have challenges, but we don't ever want to tell him no.
Right.
Right? If he can't handle something and it's going to physically hurt him, all right, that's a different story.
Sure.
But let him figure out if he doesn't want to do it. Don't do it for him. Let him have the option. And so that was what got us into baseball for Beckett, obviously with Kaiser already playing, but we were never going to try to hold him back.
Yeah.
That's not something we're looking to do. So he wanted to do it. We originally tried soccer.
Okay.
That did not work out well.
All right.
Too much running, too tired.
Yeah.
But he said yes to baseball, and it worked okay for the first year, and I helped coach both of their teams, and we make it work. So go and play defense, and then he'll bat, and then he'll come back to me and he'll say, Dad, I'm tired. I need to sit down. It's like, cool, bud. Go sit on the bench, and we'll see how you feel next inning. And then
Right.
he'll go immediately run back out after that. So we make it work.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Kaiser.
What?
So, how do you feel about your brother?
It's
You play with him a lot?
pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. He seems pretty cool. Are you a cool big brother? No.
Hold up. Let me fill you in on Kaiser
Yeah.
with his little brother.
Okay.
So Aaron and I are firm believers that like Beckett was put in our lives because of a very particular reason, right? God wanted him to be with us. And so it was very interesting because with Kaiser, he is very smart and he's brilliant and he's very athletic. But he also has a heart that it's hard to even explain because of the empathy that he has for others. His first year in school, when he was in kindergarten, he actually would go to the class that Beckett is in before Beckett was there, and he would actually check in on the students and write them letters and then go back and check on them.
Aw.
Like, that's who
No
this one is.
kidding.
Yeah.
So he's
And
doing
we
this.
didn't know.
We didn't know about it.
until
We had
like
no
halfway
idea.
through the school year.
So you take that, and then all of a sudden you interject Beckett, and there's a reason that he's here, and it
Yeah.
has a lot to do with just the entire dynamic. But with his little brother, like last night, what did you do last night to help brother? You helped get his bed ready, right? You got his clothes, you got everything for him. So
And I basically made his bed.
and you made his bed, right?
Nice.
So he is extremely helpful, and he is very, very helpful. But he's also very understanding, very empathetic. And when Beckett has a meltdown, he doesn't let it bother him. He understands what's going on because we inform him, and he helps a lot. We don't ask him to help. We don't ever want to put that on him. It's not his job. But at the same time, if it makes him feel good and it's something he wants to do, like we let him.
Well, it sounds like he's got a huge heart. And with as good looking as he is, and with that big heart, I suspect when he gets to high school, you guys are going to be chasing off a lot of girls.
Y'all gonna rule the school.
He has a good time.
So what do you guys like to do for fun?
We pretty much play Legos and
Baseball.
yes.
The Astros. We like to watch the Astros.
Yes.
Oh.
Trampoline.
Oh, the Astros, huh?
Yes.
Well,
Like, well, you're
all right, well,
in
it's
the
nice
wrong
having you
place.
guys on.
Hey,
and,
man.
You guys were cool, but now.
Hey, cheaters win championships too. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I mean, sometimes they make whole schools for them.
There's always hope,
That's awesome.
What's up, brother?
They have a great time together, though.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
So, what's the biggest Lego set you've ever put together?
Hey, why don't you tell
I pretty much only put one Lego set together, and it was my brother's. It was the Spidey and his amazing friends headquarters.
Oh, Spidey and his amazing friends headquarters.
I've got a 16-year-old son that would be jealous of that.
Yeah.
It was actually really funny because for who did Jason get the stormtrooper for?
Me.
Was it you? Yeah. It's like a 16-year-old plus like stormtrooper Lego set. And he's
Yeah.
like, here you go, buddy, for your birthday. And I'm like, dude, he's
Is that the
six."
big helmet?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You know, we just saw that today when I was over there picking that little setup that we got. Yeah.
But it was so funny because I'm like, Jason, you realize all you did was make it to where only I can put this together. So I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
So I see that you guys both have Captain America shirts on.
Yeah.
Are you guys Captain America fans?
No.
Oh.
This is actually my brother's.
Oh, okay.
Are you a Captain America fan?
Yeah.
Did you know we personally know Captain America?
Sure do.
He's a good friend of ours.
He actually
He's
brought
been-
my
You met him?
brother a action figure of him.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh,
He's
He
a
also
great.
came for his birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a friend of ours.
He comes to our
he's
podcast
been-
often.
He's been on the show too.
Anytime he wants to come
love
on, we
Captain
usually
America.
boot Tim out the door. So
Yeah, yeah.
So
I,
you can
I
see
sit
way
over.
cooler
I
than
sit on
Tim.
the. I
He's
sit
way
over on
cooler
the
than
sofa.
Tim.
Yeah, it's not hard to do that,
Everybody
but,
is.
like-
everybody's way cooler than Tim. Seriously, that guy. Let me tell you.
well, I see that. I see that.
So, what is like your day to day life, like with your struggles and stuff like that? What are they?
Thankfully, Beckett, he has several diagnoses, but they're all mild. And so it's kind of a toss-up every day. During the school year, obviously, we have a really good schedule. We get up and we eat breakfast and we go to school. But our life on the weekends is usually pretty routine. We have to stick to a schedule, strict bedtime, which we talked about. And it's just the consistency. Even during the summer, I will do a schedule and I'll say, from this time to this time, we're having free play. And then, 10 to 11, we're doing chores. And 11 to 12, it's lunch. And so for Beckett, it's all about just the consistency and the schedule and making sure that he knows what to expect. Beckett quite often will ask me, what we doing today? And so then I'll tell him, this is what we're doing, and then this. What, baby?
Oh, he
You
wants
want
headphones.
Okay, you can take Bubba's.
See, I didn't even have to do anything. Kaiser
All right.
just takes them off and hands them.
Nice.
So yeah,
You're a good kid, Kaiser. I tell you what.
we like Brandon said, we don't hold him back, but we also want to inform him. We want him to be able to advocate for himself as well. And so we talk about his diagnoses, and we talk about in 5-year-old terms, what his day is going to look like. And if somebody asks about his chair, he says, "Oh, my legs get tired, so I need to sit down." And so we've really got a good battle rhythm going. Our family and friends thankfully understand that we have to be more rigid than most people. And that's just the way it is, and we're fine with that.
But
we don't
we-
travel a lot.
No, but we also have to mix in, the therapies.
Yeah.
Right? There was a time when he was going to therapy 3 times a week.
Yes.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
In Southlake.
In Southlake.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Aaron
yeah.
was driving him up there. And
wow.
even as a part of his, it's called an art at school, which kind of outlines what his plan is going to be for the school year. And, we had to kind of fight for, he can't be in school 5 days a week all the time. He's fine at school, but when he gets home, he's gone. And so one of the, processes that we kind of worked out was the ability for him to come in on Wednesday, go through attendance, and then he leaves to go to therapy, which right now, what are we doing for therapy, Beckett, on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock?
Where do you go?
There's a great place here, and we need to mention it. Pause for reflection, and you ride horses.
Oh,
wow.
Are the kid horses back?
Pause.
Who do
Because they
you
didn't have them for a
ride?
while.
What's the horse's name? Do you remember?
Can you tell him what your horse's name is?
Cherokee.
Cherokee. That's right.
Yeah, that is a fantastic place.
It's
and,
awesome.
Not a lot of people know about it, I think. It's one of those things that I would love to get more support for.
Yes.
Pause for Reflection. That's PAWS, Pause for Reflection Ranch. You guys can Google it. But they provide very specific therapies for people that are based around interacting with different animals. And so he's horseback riding, I guess. That's pretty awesome.
It helps build his hip strength.
Ah,
He actually
okay.
rides without a saddle, and he actually does it backwards now.
Oh,
So
okay.
And it's so interesting too, because with all the stuff that we see in him, since he started doing horseback riding for whatever reason, and I can't understand or even explain it, but we've seen it change in him. It's been very awesome to see him get more independent,
More confident.
and confident just from riding a horse. So it's very, very cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. And like I've talked to a lot of families that have specifically kids over there, and they have nothing but wonderful praise for that place.
They're incredible.
We were just
Yeah.
there on Saturday for the
Yeah, the
Easter egg hunt.
Oh, the inclusive Easter egg
Yeah.
hunt? Yeah.
Awesome.
It was
It was
cool.
great.
Also, that's a good time to bring up that this Saturday
Yes.
the
The first.
at 10 a.m. sharp, you guys need to get there before 10.
Yeah,
That's-
like 9:15 is usually
Yeah,
a good time.
get there way ahead of time. At Community Park is the community Easter egg hunt. 10 o'clock is when the flag drops and all the
Yeah.
kids go running for the eggs. And
Or is that when the parents start slinging the elbows to get the eggs for their kids?
Well,
I don't know. I step
yeah.
back and let
No,
my
I was
kids
gonna
guys,
say
you
you
by
couldn't-
couldn't
themselves.
pay me enough to
I
get
know
out there.
I've seen
and-
some melees going on. Easter egg hunts.
But yeah, no, the entire Easter egg hunt is generally, it's like 10,000 eggs, and it usually takes less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So get out there early, get a good spot. And specifically, there is a separate section set aside to be inclusive of some of the kids that have additional things to deal with. So, we want everybody to kind of just join the community and get out there and enjoy yourself this Saturday. 10 a.m. Community Park.
Are we going to be at the egg hunt, B?
Yes.
Awesome.
Then we get to go back for baseball.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
it's gonna be fun.
Sounds like a fun weekend. I want to be in your house.
Yeah.
Pizza and a movie night every Saturday.
That movie night.
That's right.
That's awesome.
I love it. Well, we don't want to keep you guys too late. We know you do have a strict bedtime, and we have really enjoyed having you on here. We really appreciate you coming and spending your time. And this isn't just for your benefit or for Beckett's benefit, but it's for our benefit. Us here at the table, but also the entire community. We want to understand what other people are going through. We want to understand how to interface with people, in a way that makes them comfortable and approachable. So I want to thank you guys again.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we'll be there on Saturday. We'd love to meet some new friends, right? If anybody want to come say hi?
Kaiser, are you going to be helping your brother with the Easter egg hunt, or are you off on your own doing your own thing?
I'm just off on my own.
All
I
right.
can't blame you, bud. I can't blame
I
you.
don't really care.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He's like, I'm throwing bows.
All right. All
Don't worry,
right.
B. I'll help you.
Thank
Okay.
y'all so much.
Yep. All right. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right.